I'm very sure that you guys are familiar with this statement that when people say experience is the best teacher, experience is the best teacher when it comes to professions, when it comes to career, when it comes to business and all. And it's not always the same in the trading industry. It's not always the same. And I feel like on a normal day, we shouldn't be living our life like that because it kind of like limits it's kind of like living in the past actually because when you as a trader you have to live in the present. You have to like you know that's why I will tell you then the result of the past doesn't determine the result of the present or even the present and the future. So just because you make losses yesterday doesn't mean that today you can make losses and doing the wrong thing, even doing the right thing, the market might not even agree with you. It's not because you're wrong, but it's just because the market doesn't agree with. Sorry, okay. I just need to be sure. Okay. So it's not because you're wrong or because your analysis is wrong, but it's because the market is just not agreeing with what you have at that particular time. Maybe another time. So the result of the past doesn't determine the result of the present or the future. So, which is why I love trading, as a person because it's so challenging. Just because you have winning trade yesterday or even an hour before doesn't mean that you're gonna have a winning trade in the next 1 hour or in the next 1 minute. It can get worse, it can get rough for you. So it's interesting industry because it keeps you on your toe, it keeps you to learn every single time. So I've had like series of learning curves in the market where I should have this week should have been the best week of my career of my trading. I'm not kidding because I I know what I'm talking about. I've been entering. If you are trading GBP JPY, GBP JPY has gone for like almost 400 pips or if not 500 pips between last week Friday till Friday this week of 26 of April. Are we in April? Okay, so 26 of April, guys. I'm not kidding. And I'm gonna tell you why I failed to achieve the success I was supposed to achieve or the amount of success I was supposed to achieve in this video. So if you're new in this channel, my name is Mosh. You can call me Smiley Mosh. I trade GJ. Only GJ for a living, and I live in Lagos, Nigeria. And if you're new and you're not subscribed yet, just do us a favor. You and me, just do us a favor and subscribe because my intention is to add value and share my own knowledge and my own journey with you guys on YouTube. And hopefully you guys can learn one or two things from it. So before further ado, let's dive into the chat and we can talk more about what happened and why I'm talking about experience is not always the best teacher in forex trading. Okay, so here we go. Um so if you watched my previous video when I talked about giving your trade a second or another chance, you will know that I mentioned somewhere around here that I was gonna talk about this topic, showing you guys that you know, just because a market rejected in one place earlier doesn't mean that you should be closing your trade or you should be expecting the same thing from there. It could happen and it might not. So let's just go and we see what happened, guys. So here we go. So last week Tuesday, I had a series like last week I had some series of learning curves in the market, like patient testing my patient, like having to having to trade less instead of trading multiple. time a day, or just having one quality trade and holding it to the call, to be able to, when you have one opportunity and you're just trying to take what you can, for the market. So it's exactly what I learned from the trade. Every day you get, if you're not learning from trading every single day, you're not a trader. Believe me, you're just a gambler. I'll tell you. Which is one thing I love about trading is you have to be open. Your mind has to be and like open book. You have to be ready to learn and to know what the market is telling you. And you must be doing something like trading is just like a school, like a just something that you get to learn every single. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn about markets. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the profession because I don't think I don't think any other profession can also do something like this for you. Keeps you on your toes. And okay, so here we go. So I've had like series of losses. So let's say for example, starting from on Monday actually. Okay. So because I had series of losses last week, it kind of kept me on my um I was should I say I was fearful fearful of having not to make money in the market instead of me trusting my setup and trusting my instinct. So I was on this trade. I caught about 50 pips. Actually, my initial target for the day is always like 50 pips. So I was, I was on two different trades. I closed one earlier, like I think 25 pips. Then I left the other one to run for like 50 or 60 pips, which I closed around here because I saw these two support level that the trade might eventually like reject from and come here, then start moving up. But I was wrong. Then the market end up going to about 80 pips, but which is fine, right? Which is fine, you know. 50 pips was good. I caught about 70 pips because I had to trade home. But the reason why it happened was because I was fearful because I didn't make money last week. Instead of me trusting, instead of me living on the present, I was living in the past because the experience I had in the past says that I had no winning all through week. In fact, I lost about $2,000, you know, because I didn't have winning or have no winning during the previous week. Then I started judging my new trade based on what I could have made a lot of money this week, guys. I'm not kidding. So because on a normal day, if you know the way I trade, I like to leverage, I like to add more trade to my trade. So because I had series of losses, I kind of reduced that. I started like having like mediocrity a mindset towards my trade. I started like ridiculing my not having to trust my setup, not having to trust myself in the market, which is kind of crazy as a trader to do. It's kind of something that you shouldn't do as a trader. Sabotaging your potential in the market. So it happens. That was Monday. Okay, fine. I was like, okay, I still made some profit, so we move on. Then the next day comes, which is Tuesday. Same thing happened. I eventually, as a matter of fact, let me just leave everything. Let me just leave everything. Just 1 second, guy. Okay, good. So this was Tuesday. This was what happened on Tuesday. This was what happened on Tuesday. And same thing happened on Wednesday. I'm not kidding you guys. When I tell you that I was supposed to make millions, like I was supposed to make the kind of money I was supposed to make in GJ this week, you guys don't expect. Like when I'm telling you, GJ, I think God was just giving me GJ this week. So it comes on Wednesday, which was this. I was on the trade. I was buying. I was buying, guys. I was buying from here from this particular spot. Yeah. and my stop loss was here. Just nothing bad, nothing too special, just 150 15 pips. Then I re-entered another trade. So if when I'm re-entering another trade, my stop loss is always moving to, like, let's say for example, if I have a trade from if I have a trade from this point, where from this first one, and I have a second trade at this particular point because the market was consolidated. So I will move my stop loss to the first trade. I will move the stop loss to break even. Then the second trade will be at the first trade. So it means that even the market is rejecting back to the other side, I won't be losing much. I'll just be losing from the first trade. So which was wrong for me to do. I mean, I will not say it was wrong for me actually. I would say that my emotion clouded my face to be able to see what the market was telling me last week. So what happened was, a lot happened. Like I said, the fear of what happened on Monday and Tuesday, and I think the emotion I carried, like the baggage to the second day, instead of me just waving it out and living in the present. So look at what happened here. Look at what happened here. This single week candle took me out. After taking me out, I was at, like, the energy wasn't there. The market started waving. And see what happened, guys. Boom. In New York session, boom. The market went for about, from here, let's say for example, since I entered the trade, it went for about, see, 100 pips. I'm not, like, when I'm see this, I'm making this video like a gem, guys. I'm telling you, experience is not always the best teacher in the market. Just because it happens yesterday doesn't mean it's gonna happen today. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen today, guys. I'm telling you, I understand. Like, I'm sharing this, guys. I'm sharing this with you guys because I don't want you to guys to go through what I went through. Honestly, it wasn't funny. So come back on Wednesday. Was it on Wednesday? On Thursday. So on Thursday, also on Thursday also, I was on this trade. I closed this trade early, guys. I closed the trade early. See what happened, guys. The trade came back another 100 pips. I mean, why did I even close this trade in the first place? Like, but if not because of me living in the experience, I was living in the past. I mean, it triggers it triggers. I think something happened that really triggers me to be acting this way and not having to, you know. I lived all my life, like all last week, having to live in the past. I'm not kidding, guys. So it happens, instead of me taking like 100 pips from the market, I end up taking like 60 or 50 something pips, which was good, not bad, right? Okay. Um, again, I was on this trade too. I was able to I think I was able to take another like 60 piece. No, 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 no. Okay, hold on. Let me go to, I think, 5 minutes. The trade like ended up taking me out about 120 piece, then it went for about 60 piece. Then coming to, that was on New Year session, and this time I was already in the gym and I don't have my trade logged on my phone. So, I end up, being taken out. Then this one happened, guys. This one happened here, guys. This one was the one that pained me the most. I ain't gonna lie. But all in all, I'm still grateful, to be honest. I'm still grateful. But it's just that, you know, that fear. I was on this trade from here. I think no, from here. Was it okay? I was on this trade from here. So just one single trade, it was giving me about $1,500. Instead of me and I was unable to close it because of the broker that I was using, that I'm using, will not allow me to close it because of the move. I don't know why they won't allow me to close it. So by the time I get to close it, I think it was pending. It now closed the trade at just like 40 pips or something like that. Closed the trade around the 50, 40 pips, which was painful. But anyway, so I'm just, I hope you guys understand and get the vibe of what I'm trying to tell you guys, that having to live in the past or based on the experience that we had in the past can limit the potential we may get, can limit the result we can get in this present world and even in the future. So, which is why I always say that before we get into the trade, we have to clear our mind. We have to be, we have to be neutral, and we have to be neutral. It means that we can't rely on the experience that we had in the future. Yes, we can use some of the experience, which is to like our to know our risk management, to know our emotion, to know how many trades we're gonna have in a day. But when it comes to the experience we get in the market, like how much we can make in the market, where the market can go, we can't really tell because the market is to play with our emotions, right? So so it's just something that I feel like people are not really talking about, and I need to like just enlighten you guys about it, that we need to stop living in the past and just be neutral when coming to the trade, which is one of the things that I do now, or that I've been doing, which is meditating, is just to like when I meditate, I'm not just meditating just to be quiet. I meditate to like, okay, yesterday was good. And I just, first of all, one thing I do when I meditate is just I assume of losing money. I even assume of blowing all my funds. I assume on, I visualize myself like, oh, okay, I'm blowing my account now. Guys, I'm blowing my account now. I'm blowing my account now. And I zoom on, on having to lose all my funds. Then after that, I visualize myself making everything bad. You know, Visualizing my pattern, my trading pattern, visualizing me making money. And that is all I live by. I always live. I started that, but it's not always like sometimes we get carried away. Even the most disciplined person always get carried away with things in life. So that is what happened, and I just wanted to share with you guys that we have to be neutral, and living and having to place new trade based on the old experience that we had, can hinder us from making money, and can also help us in some way, but also most of the time it's not always going to be beneficial to the future and to the future us or to the present us. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy and had fun with this little sit down talk and breakdown. And again, don't forget, my name is Marsh. You can call me Smiling Marsh. And I'm a trade GG for a living. And you all know, all day, every month, just GG. It's just GG, my baby, my love. And sorry, guys, it's just my little microphone. So I will see you in another video. And don't forget, always be neutral and always trade in the present. What is happening in the market? That is what we should trade. Okay? Peace out.